You've heard the slogans, be your best self, live your truth, shine brighter than yesterday. Inspiring, sure, but also quietly exhausting. What do they even mean? Why does self-improvement feel like a full-time job with no pay, no breaks, and zero sick leave? And this best self everyone talks about, is it your most authentic, radiant version? Or just a productivity-flavored hallucination with a gym membership and no space to be human? Sometimes you give it your all, show up, dig deep, and no one notices. But does your best still count if no one sees it? Let's unpack all that. Less fluff, fewer buzzwords, a bit more honesty. Number 1, your best self has no fixed destination. You don't arrive at your best self like it's some final boss level in a self-help video game. There's no gold medal, no perfect version of you who wakes up glowing and gets everything right. Your best self isn't a title. It's a direction, not a trophy, but a trend line. And trend lines zigzag. Today's best might be showing up to work on time, even though you wanted to quit yesterday. Not snapping at your mom, even though she did bring up that thing again. Showering before 2 p.m. because small wins count too. Tomorrow's best could be something entirely different. Choosing to speak up in a meeting. Saying no to a toxic friend. Taking 20 minutes to stretch instead of scrolling. Example, you might spend 6 months learning how to set boundaries in your relationship, and just when you finally master the art of saying no, life hands you a new challenge. Learning how to stay when things get hard instead of running. Different season, different version of best. Still you, still growing. So don't wait for your arrival. Notice the movement. Celebrate the trend line. Number 2, self-improvement does not equal self-replacement. Your best self isn't some flawless upgraded model of you, now with 20% more discipline and a built-in morning routine. It's not a total system reboot. It's a slightly braver, clearer, kinder version of the wonderfully flawed mess you already are. You don't need to swap out your entire identity like it's a broken phone. You just need to tune a few habits, adjust a few dials, get a little closer to someone you'd actually want to hang out with. Not perfect, just better aligned. Example, let's say you're known for always being the funny one in your friend group, deflecting everything serious with a joke. Self-improvement doesn't mean becoming the deep, brooding philosopher who only speaks in reflections and TED Talk quotes. It might just mean learning to sit with discomfort without making it a punchline, or choosing to be honest when someone asks, "Hey, how are you really?" Same personality, same you, but tuned for depth, not just laughs. More intention, not reinvention, because your best self isn't someone new. It's someone truer. Number 3, small habits work better than big changes. Everyone loves a dramatic makeover story. I changed my life in 30 days. But real change? It's usually boring, repetitive, and wildly uninstagrammable. Want to be more focused? Don't sign up for a 10-day silent retreat and panic on day 2. Just silence your phone for 20 minutes while you do deep work. Start there. Repeat. Want to get fitter? Forget the $200 activewear and that overachiever gym plan. If you can't walk around the block today, you won't be deadlifting your trauma tomorrow. So, stretch, walk, repeat. If it's boring, it's probably working. Example, let's say you want to write a book. You block off 3 full weekends. Buy fancy notebooks, light a candle, set your intentions, and then nothing. Because writing for 6 hours straight is intimidating. You're overwhelmed before you begin. Instead, write 200 words a day. Even badly, it's 1 paragraph, 1 page. And by the end of the year, That's 73,000 words. A novel, one keystroke at a time. Big changes are exciting, but they rarely last. Small habits stick because they're light enough to carry even on your worst days. Number 4, stop performing your looks. Start respecting them. When it comes to appearance, we tend to swing between extremes. Spend thousands chasing a face that isn't yours, surgery, sculpting, seasonal wardrobe overhauls, or reject it all. Decide looks are shallow, throw on a crumpled t-shirt and messy hair, and pretend none of it matters. But maybe there's a middle path. Instead of performing your looks for applause or abandoning them out of protest, ask yourself, what does it mean to respect your appearance? Example, wearing clean, well-fitting clothes, not trendy, just intentional. Grooming, not for vanity, but for dignity. Making choices based on how you feel in your skin, not someone else's beauty algorithm. It's not about impressing strangers. It's about showing you've shown up for yourself and others. Because when you respect your own presence, you're not a distraction, you're not demanding attention or apology. You're simply part of the room, calm, composed, contributing. And that quiet care, it's contagious. It sets the tone for how we respect each other, even if you're in Uniqlo, not a glow-up reel. Number 5, your best self should scare you a bit. If your best self feels easy, smooth, and conveniently comfortable, it's probably just your current self, dressed in better lighting and filtered through wishful thinking. Because real growth? It doesn't feel motivational. It feels weird, cringy, awkward, sometimes like failure, sometimes like nausea, and that's how you know you're probably doing it right. Example, say you've always wanted to speak in public, but the very idea gives you stomach cramps, so you avoid it. You tell yourself, I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person. But one day, you say yes to presenting a project at work. You stumble, you sweat, you forget your second point, but you did it. And you learn more from that 5 minutes of discomfort than from 5 years of silently wishing you were braver. That version of you, still awkward, still imperfect, but slightly bolder, slightly more alive. And that stretch, that moment where comfort ends and real risk begins, is where your best self actually hides. So if the path you're on feels a little scary, good, keep going. You're not breaking, you're becoming. Becoming your best self isn't about defeating everything you've ever been to reach enlightenment. It's about being a little more honest, a little more intentional, a little more sustainable. It's building a life that feels less like a performance and more like you. What's one best self myth you've let go of recently? Drop it in the comments. Let's rewrite the self-help manual together. If this video helped, like and subscribe for more life skills that school never teach.